Hey guys, Angus from Spotted Hog Airsoft here today with another Airsoft review, bringing you this one from indoors. Now today we're going to be taking a look at a piece of Airsoft equipment made to make headset communication a little bit easier out there in the Airsoft field, and this is the Z-Tac push-to-talk adapter for those standard Airsoft headsets. Now this particular model we have here is meant to work with the Motorola Talkabout handheld radio. However, there's a variety of different ones available for all different sorts of radio, all down below in the link in the description to airsoftpeak.com, where these will all run you about just under $40. Now with that being said, let's dive a little bit deeper into this video. Alright, so now this thing, what it's made to do is it's meant to work with your standard Z-Tactical style headset that you might be running in your Airsoft game. I do have a review of one of those on my channel, link in an annotation located just next to the item in this video. Now how this thing works is that this end here would actually attach to the headset, whereas this piece down here, like I mentioned earlier, made for the Motorola Talkabout, would connect to the radio itself. And at that point, you have this adapter in the middle there that makes things a little bit easier for when you go to, say, use that push-to-talk function. You don't have to reach down and grab the button on your radio, nor do you have to fumble around with the larger piece that would normally be here, where it's a very tiny button you have to push. Instead, you have this large button here in the center that allows you to easily access your push-to-talk option. So zoomed in on here is the actual button that you would push to activate the push-to-talk function. Like I mentioned, it's a lot larger than that small little button you get on the standard piece, so it's a lot easier for you to push in-game. It's also more convenient because, say, since it's larger, you don't necessarily have to use a finger to do it. Say you could lean back with your elbow in a shooting position and perhaps activate that so you can talk while you're shooting. There is a small LED light down here, however that's only illuminated when you initially turn this unit on. On the flip side of the push-to-talk adapter, we do have a nice metal clip here that will allow you to attach this onto any piece of your gear, clothing, whatever you're wearing, allowing you to put it in a position where you can access it easily when you're in a game, making communication that much easier. Also, underneath the clip is where your battery is stored. This thing is powered by one 123A style battery. A little bit hard to find, but you know that is the battery it is powered by, and hey, you do only need one of them. Something to note is that this whole piece here is constructed of plastic with the exception of the metal clip. That does make it a little fragile, so don't necessarily be diving under gravel or rocks a whole bunch of times when you're running this, especially if it's on your center chest. The adapter unit does come with this small piece, which is meant to mount onto the 20mm rail of your Airsoft AEG. I believe what it's supposed to do is actually turn on and off the unit itself. Say if you wanted to quickly turn off the push-to-talk adapter so you're not accidentally hot micing or anything like that when your elbow accidentally hits the button, you can do that simply with a quick push of this button. That being said, this thing doesn't necessarily work that great. I really haven't been able to figure it out. Maybe the batteries that it came with are already dead. It is powered by a standard watch battery, but overall this is a cool concept, seeing as how you can place it right on your rail, but this piece does not work very well at all. Which is in contrast to the main unit itself. Works absolutely great. Simply attach it to your radio, in this case the Motorola Talkabout, as well as your headset, and then you can go redhead and literally push to talk. It works quite well, and it's meant to make communication on the Airsoft field that much easier. Instead of having to push a rather small button, now you have a large one with this adapter. Makes things a little bit easier. You don't always have to use your fingers. Say you can use the elbow when you're shooting or something like that. Example I've repeated a couple times. But overall, that's the main advantage of this thing. No more fumbling around for a small little button. You do have this larger one. That would also be pretty cool if you could actually turn it off via the rail piece. Of course, that one doesn't necessarily work so great. So a little bit of easier access, never a bad thing. So with that being said, overall this item does work rather well, and it's pretty convenient. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.